Ever felt like you're paying the same amount for less? That's the sneaky reality of shrinkflation, silently squeezing household budgets as everyday essentials get smaller without dropping in price. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this just smart business, or a sneaky way to hike costs without saying it? Let's dive into how this phenomenon is impacting products we rely on daily, from oral care to our morning brew, and even relief for tummy troubles. Imagine picking up your favorite toothpaste, coffee, or heartburn remedy at the store, only to discover the package holds less than before, yet the price tag stays stubbornly the same. This practice, known as shrinkflation, occurs when companies reduce the quantity or quality of a product to offset their rising costs, passing the burden on to consumers. It's not just about saving money for manufacturers, it directly adds pressure to family grocery bills, making it tougher for households to stretch their funds. A consumer advocacy group called Which has uncovered several fresh cases of shrinkflation, highlighting how brands are trimming sizes and altering recipes to cut expenses. For instance, consider Aquafresh Complete Care Original Toothpaste. It used to cost £1.30 for a 100 ml tube, but now shoppers at major retailers like Tesco, Sainsbury's, and Ocado pay £2 for just 75 ml. That translates to a whopping 105% price hike per 100 ml, meaning you're effectively getting less toothpaste for more money. To put this in perspective, if you were brushing your teeth twice a day as recommended, that smaller tube might last you a week or two less than before, forcing an unexpected trip back to the store. When asked about this, Haleon Great Britain and Ireland, the company behind Aquafresh, responded to The Guardian by saying, "We understand that people across the UK are facing pressure on their finances. Prices go up and down for a variety of reasons, and we always work hard for people to receive the highest quality products at the lowest price so that the whole family can take care of their teeth." It's a polite acknowledgement, but does it fully address the frustration of paying more for less? And this is the part most people miss. Shrinkflation isn't confined to toothpaste. Take Gaviscon, the popular heartburn and indigestion liquid. It shrank from 600 ml to 500 ml, but Sainsbury's kept the price at £14. That means a 20% increase per 100 ml. Imagine needing that relief after a spicy meal, only to find your bottle empties faster than anticipated, potentially leading to more frequent purchases. The company didn't provide a comment when contacted, leaving consumers in the dark about the reasoning. Even our beloved morning coffee hasn't escaped. Nescafé Original Instant Coffee was reduced from 200g to 190g at stores like Tesco, Morrisons, and Asda, resulting in about a 5% rise per 100g. Nestlé, the brand's owner, explained, "Like every manufacturer, we have seen significant increases in the cost of coffee, making it much more expensive to manufacture our products." Retail pricing is always at the discretion of individual retailers. It's a reminder of how global supply chain issues, like fluctuating coffee prices, trickle down to our daily routines. For a beginner, think of it as the cost of beans soaring due to weather events or demand spikes, which forces companies to make tough choices. Chocolate lovers, beware. Rising cocoa prices have struck hard, as detailed in recent reports. Quality street tubs now come in 550g instead of 600g, and at Morrisons, the price jumped from £6 to £7, a 27% increase per 100g. And here's a twist that sparked debate. Iconic biscuits like Club and Penguin, produced by McVitie's, can no longer be called chocolate biscuits because they've swapped in more palm oil and shea oil for cocoa to cut costs. This shift, first spotted by trade journal The Grocer, raises questions about what truly constitutes chocolate. Is it still the indulgent treat we grew up with, or a cheaper imitation? For those new to this, palm oil is often used as a substitute because it's less expensive and more stable, but it changes the flavor and texture, potentially disappointing purists. Which argues that all these alterations, whether shrinking sizes or tweaking recipes, need to be upfront so shoppers can make savvy decisions. Rina Suraz, their retail editor, pointed out, households are already under immense financial pressure, with food bills inching up and the expense of Christmas looming on the horizon. Supermarkets must be more upfront about their prices so that it's easy to see what the best value is. This includes ensuring that their unit pricing is prominent, legible and consistent in store and online to help customers easily compare costs across different brands and sizes of packaging. That way shoppers can be more confident they're getting the best value. In simpler terms, unit pricing tells you the cost per gram or milliliter, like comparing apples to apples, or toothpaste to toothpaste, so you can spot the best deal without a calculator. On a brighter note, there's some hope that the squeeze might be easing. According to the British Retail Consortium, UK shop price inflation dipped to 1% in October from 1.4% in September, thanks to falling sugar prices and early Black Friday deals on electronics and beauty products. This decline was particularly strong in packaged and tinned foods, where inflation slowed to 2.9% from 4.2% the month before. Non-food items saw prices drop by 0.4%, improving slightly from the previous month's 0.1% decrease, as per data from the BRC and research firm NIQ. However, fresh food inflation ticked up to 4.3% from 4.1%, driven by higher costs for beef, poultry, and fruits due to domestic production expenses. Think of it as farms facing increased fuel or feed prices that get passed on. Helen Dickinson, chief executive of the BRC, commented, overall shop price inflation slowed in October, driven by fierce competition among retailers and widespread discounting. While food inflation remains high, especially for fresh food where prices continued to rise, it eased for ambient goods. Easing global sugar prices helped to bring down prices of chocolate and confectionery, a treat for those preparing Halloween parties. Beyond food, discounts came early to electricals and health and beauty, as retailers started promotions ahead of Black Friday month. It's encouraging, but does this mean shrinkflation is on the way out, or will companies find new ways to adjust? What do you think? Is shrinkflation an inevitable part of doing business in a volatile economy, or should companies be held more accountable for transparent changes? And if brands are using cheaper ingredients, like more palm oil in biscuits, do we as consumers accept it for affordability, or demand the real thing? Share your thoughts, agreements, or disagreements in the comments. Perhaps you've spotted shrinkflation in your own shopping basket.